today's video, it's not really a tutorial really, but I'm just going to be showing you how I do my soap brows, which I have in like all of my Instagram posts. I get a lot of comments on them. I did put on my story poll probably about a month ago now. I got loads of response saying like yeah, and then I just didn't do it, but I'm here now to do it, and I'm going to show you how I do my soap brows. I use the Pears soap, just this one, my Mellow Cosmetics brow pomade. I do have a discount code for Mellow Cosmetics. I will leave it in the description box, like the link you can use. And then I use my Anastasia Beverly Hills brush number 12. I like this one because it's a really fine tip. I don't like brow brushes that are really thick. They're not for me. P. Louise base. Also a setting spray. You're just going to take my soap. You want a transparent soap. You don't want like a white one that's just gonna coat white soap through your eyebrows. So you want a transparent soap like this one. Just put a few sprays of the setting spray. It's quite simple really, but I do find there's a bit of a knack to it, and it should, oh, you can't even see what I was doing. You can see that, how it's going really thick onto the brush. Get as close as I can. This isn't very intimate. Hello. Literally just start combing them through. I try to like really get to the root, because that's what's going to make them stay. Also, I did just moisturise my face, which is obviously going to make them very hard to stick. See, it's starting to stick. And this is when you want to sort of I always like to go through them with it like this as well, because if you want it like that, they stay quite thick and far apart. And you can see when I start doing this, that's when they sort of become a bit closer, which I prefer. So I'm going to make sure they're all how I want them. I look like a mad woman. And then I'm going to start, if I take those like that, the end ones I always put just a bit more downwards, just helps with the shape. And I like to round them off at the end. So instead of just dragging them down or dragging them up and out, I like to round them off. Same on the arch. And then the ones at the front I tend to put just a bit more diagonal, I suppose. And make sure that ends all nice and even. So the actual putting the soap through is fairly simple. I mean, there's only so many ways you can put soap in your eyebrows. Do do do. How have we all been? I've had, well, a busy week kind of, I guess. Work slowed down for I'd say maybe 2.5 weeks, the amount of items we had to pick dropped by like, I'd say like 2/3. So we went from like 15,000 to 5,000 in just a couple of days. But so the actual work dropped, but our hours stayed the same. So we were still doing 40 hours, like 5 till 1:15, which was good because, I mean, we just ended up stacking in the end. But I really didn't mind because I'm still getting paid, so it doesn't make a difference to me. But then this week and last week, they cut our hours slightly, but there's a lot more orders they've picked back up. So it just means, well, we're doing overtime, but it's basically the exact same as what we were doing before. Just the same with this one, just rounding off the end a bit. And then sort of like laying these ones how I want them to be. Basically. So now I look like the Grinch. I just take the tiniest bit of makeup remover and just sort of do that, just pat it so I'm not moving the placement of my brow hairs. But then you want to take away any of the soap that's on your skin, otherwise that's going to mess with the products. So this is the Mellow Cosmetics brow pomade in chocolate. I also have the Revolution Pro brow pomade, which is, it's gone quite dry, and the Anastasia Beverly Hills dip brow pomade. I start at the end, at the tail, and first just teeny tiny, like holding the end of my brush so I'm not like got loads of pressure, and just letting it just glide against my skin, I guess you would say. Just doing teeny tiny strokes. It's always easier to go slow and add than it is to go in full out straight away and then try and remove any makeup. Filling in where they're sparse. You want to follow the sort of curve of your brow, or like the arch, but the way that you've placed your hairs. So because I've curved mine off, I'm going to do sort of that motion. You can see the difference already. So once my product is sort of here, I start to go from here towards the front and just meet them in the middle. So my product has finished here, so I'm going to start around here. So I like to have as much control over the front of my brow as I can. So So by doing that, I know where these need to line up. So I've done this eyebrow. I'm just going to do this one really quickly and then I'll be back to carve them out. So I've just done this eyebrow off camera, and now my front hairs, sort of from here, especially on this eyebrow, this one's not too bad. I find that sometimes they lift off my skin. So I just take a bit of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Gel. Yeah, Dip Brow Gel, and just literally coat the ends. I don't go from the sort of the root, I guess, because that is just going to lift it off. But just over the ends to make sure they're all in place. Now, I use the P. Louise base in 0.5 to carve out my eyebrows. So I'm just going to put a tiny amount on. I don't start carving at the front because I like that to be soft, whereas at the end I like it to be a bit more defined and carved out. So I'm going to take it as far as I can. I don't go straight up and extremely close. First thing, I sort of work towards it, if that makes sense. And then the same on the arch of my brow. I decided I really did not like that brush. So I just grabbed the Peaches and Cream PC52 brush. It's just a very flat brush. A lot more easy to work with. Just going to just go back and forth. That other brush, the product was not lasting and it was going nowhere, whereas this one, it just goes a lot further, and it really goes to show that your tools and the brushes you're using really make a difference to how much product you need and how much control you have. And I find by going back and forth like that, in that movement, is what softens it out. And then the finishing touch, highlighter, obviously. This is the Soph Revolution palette. I just take these two. Dun, dun, dun. And just add that on like so. And that is everything. Obviously I clear all of this up, and these would be a lot more blended if I had my makeup on, and they look a lot less scary. I hope it was somewhat helpful for everyone and that you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.